have a memory of one of the first times you realized that you were a leader? Was it as a young person, or when did you realize you had a voice and you could lead?
Yeah, I think I've always, well, not always, but I would say my leadership journey starts really when I was 16. So when I was 16, I grew up in Germany. I was really a shy, like very shy kid, no confidence, like very different from now. But when I was 16, I said, you know what, I want to do something that a lot of German teenagers do, which is study abroad. So I actually studied abroad in New Zealand, so the opposite end of the world, when I was 16 for half a year, a semester, moved to a different country, didn't know anybody, attended a single-sex school, lived with a host family, was very nervous, but I think that's really where I found my voice as a leader, and I was forced, out of my comfort zone, new language, new context, new culture, new school, new host family. So that's really where I started, looking at school differently and education, and really finding my voice as somebody who can actually impact others and drive change, and be a voice for people who haven't found that voice yet. So I would say that's probably one of my earliest memories of leadership. And then ever since I came back from there, I was very driven, like in school, in college, but I always felt like something was holding me back. And it was not until coming to Bowling Green and creating We Are One Team that I really found my voice as a leader and my strength in leadership, when I created that program and helped drive change and saw the impact it had. That's really where I found my voice, my leadership, my passion, and turned that into my purpose. I'm very grateful I was able to do that. That's one of the most important things I've done, for sure.
So in terms of your family, how were they with you leaving like that? Or is that just common in your family?
Yeah, in Germany, it's pretty common for, I grew up upper middle class, I would say. So for those folks, it's pretty common to study abroad. So growing up, I was very shy. I was always homesick. Like I couldn't stay at a friend's house for a sleepover because I would get homesick. So when I told my parents that I wanted to go to New Zealand, they were like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But I was, persistent, and I'm glad I did. And they were always supportive. So, I can't say anything negative. My parents have always been supportive. I have a twin brother too, who has always been very supportive. So, they just kind of trusted me with my decision, and they never regretted it. It's funny because now I go back usually once a year, and my mom, she still starts crying every time I leave the house when I go back to the United States. I think it's just a mom thing. My dad is, better. Like he's like, yep, we know your life's there. We support you. They both support me. But I think, for parents, it's always hard seeing your kids go. And now we got used to it. And my life is in the United States. My future is here. So they get it. But I think it's harder on them than it is on me, for sure. Yeah, I think it's important for visibility purposes, to provide visibility for folks who don't fit the mainstream or the normative, identity. So in a world like this, I think it's really important just to provide visibility and validation for the work that people like us do in a society that's made to work against us in many ways. So I think that's really important. Given the program I created at Bowling Green was very successful, I've gotten quite a few awards, and they definitely become less important to me as I grow older. I remember, when I got my first award, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and very meaningful. But I've also noticed that the awards that are social justice focused are the ones that I'm most proud of. And I don't think, we need awards, but I think it's important to provide that validation and visibility specifically for minoritized or marginalized, underrepresented populations.